SCP-393, the Memory Planner. Object Class, Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-393 is to be kept in the possession of a designated D-Class subject, hereby referred to as D-393, at site data expunged. The vitals of D-393 are to be monitored at all times, to prevent SCP-393 from linking to important SCP personnel in the event of D-393's death. A secondary D-Class subject will remain on standby for emergency reclamations of SCP-393 if D-393 should die. Description: SCP-393 is an ordinary 9 cm by 14 cm blue day planner with a year embroidered into its cover that always matches the current year. The information on the back of the day planner reveals it to be a product of Data Expunged Publishing. SCP-393 has the ability to link to a nearby subject via unknown means. Once linked, the day planner will appear in the hands of its owner whenever it is not being watched. Additionally, any event written in the past dates of the day planner are instantly recalled by the subject, as if they experienced it themselves. Events written in a future date of SCP-393 will elicit no change until the date of the event has passed, at which time the subject will recall the event. If the subject currently linked with SCP-393 dies, SCP-393 will choose a new owner within 10 minutes of the previous owner's demise, based on proximity. There appears to be no maximal distance for this ability. For additional details, see testing log. Experiment Log 393. All written input to SCP-393 is done by a researcher assistant data expunged. Test 393. 1. Subject. 1 linked D-Class, male. Description: subject instructed to do nothing of interest for the entire day of data expunged/2 data expunged, and is monitored by closed circuit television. Written: park date with the girlfriend today at 3 o'clock. Outcome: when subject is questioned about what he did the previous day, he responds, "I went to the data expunged park with Cindy for a few hours." Review of the security tapes show that the subject did not leave the facility and had a completely uneventful day, in accordance with witness testimonies from guards around the facility. See interview log 393 1A for further information. Note: well, at least this proves it doesn't change history, just the subject's memory of it. Additionally, SCP-393 seems to fill in details for the memory, such as for the girlfriend's name and the location of the park. More tests will have to be done to find its limits. Dr. Data Expunged. Test 393. 2. Subject. 1 linked D-Class, female. Description: new subject instructed to do nothing of note for the day of data expunged/2 data expunged, and is monitored by CCTV. Written event to be as brief as possible. Written: dentist, 1:30. Outcome: when subject questioned in depth about her dentist appointment the other day, she gives a detailed report which includes the dentist's name and age. No Dr. Data Expunged is found in local phone registry, the length of their wait, the sorts of magazines available in the waiting room and their contents, etc. The details recalled surpass subject's natural memory according to previous mental cognition tests. Test 393. 3. Subject. 1 linked D-Class, male. Description: new subject instructed to do nothing of note for the day of data expunged/2 data expunged, as per previous tests, and under CCTV entire day. Written: getting hit by a bus today. Outcome: the moment the event is recorded into the day planner, subject goes into a deep coma. Neuroimaging scans show no brain activity past basic bodily functions. SCP-393 links to standby D-Class subject after 10 minutes. Note: well, now we know what happens if you think you are dead. Dr. Data Expunged. Test 393. 4. Subject. 1 linked D-Class, male. Description: new subject instructed to do nothing of note for the day of data expunged/2 data expunged, and is continually monitored by CCTV. Written, going to somehow defeat SCP-682 today. Outcome is identical to previous test, save for the frozen expression of horror on the comatose subject's face. SCP-393 links to Standby D class. Note, it was worth a shot. Research assistant data expunged. Test 393 5. Subject 1 linked D class, male. Description: subject instructed to do nothing of interest for the entire day of data expunged/2 data expunged, and is monitored by closed circuit television. Written, going to favorite restaurant. Outcome: when interviewed about his day yesterday, subject informed interviewers about his trip to the data expunged bar and grill, where he enjoyed ribs and beer on tap with several buddies. Subject is able to give names of his friends when questioned. Friends in the restaurant mentioned proved to be real from subject's past according to previous interview. Test 393 5A Subject 1 Link D class, male, amnesiac. Description: subject instructed to do nothing of interest for the entire day of data expunged/2 data expunged, and is monitored by closed circuit television. Subject recalls nothing about his time outside of Foundation due to previous medical condition. Written, going to favorite restaurant. Outcome: when interviewed about his day, subject talks about going to the data expunged buffet, where he had Chinese food and tea with girlfriend. Investigation into existence of the data expunged buffet proves it is not a real restaurant, along with the girlfriend he visited. Note, this proves that SCP-393 draws on the subject's existing memories, creating false ones where some are lacking. Dr. Data expunged. Test 393 6. Subject 1 Link D class, male, Buddhist. Description: new subject instructed to do nothing of note for the day of data expunged/2 data expunged, as per previous tests, and under CCTV entire day. Written, reaching nirvana today. Outcome: after passages written in 393, subject goes into meditative state, not responding to any outer stimuli. Neuroimaging scans show abnormal activity in the temporal lobe, an area of the brain often responsible for religious visions. Subject expired of thirst after data expunged days of inaction. Interview log 393 1A. Interviewed. Test 393 1 Subject. Interviewer, Dr. Data expunged. Forward. Review of subject's mental state after test 393 1 and the extent of memory alteration. Begin log 531 data expunged/2 data expunged. Dr. Data expunged. So you say you spent the day yesterday at data expunged park with your girlfriend Cindy. Is this correct? Subject 393 1 Yeah, it was a pleasant afternoon. Dr. Data expunged. How long would you say you have known Cindy? Subject 393 1 I don't know, about 2 years. Dr. Data expunged. Do you realize that you have been in this facility for a year now? And before that you were in the data expunged state prison for a life sentence? Subject appears deep in thought, visibly worried. Subject 393 1 But, oh, Cindy was my girlfriend from back in high school. I used all my conjugal visits to see her. Dr. Data expunged. HMN. I see. How exactly did you see your girlfriend yesterday? You haven't been let out of this facility for months. Subject appears distressed and begins to fidget nervously. Subject 393 1 You guys gave me leave to see her. It was our 2-year anniversary. Dr. Data expunged. We don't give leave to any D class at this facility. Subject 393 1 I'm afraid that you never left the facility. Cindy does not exist. Subject is increasingly agitated and distraught. Subject 393 1 But, I know her. We were high school sweethearts. We've been together 10 years. It was our anniversary. Subject stands up. Dr. Data expunged. Subject 393 1 Sit down now. Your stories are broken and make no sense. Cindy is not real. Play the tapes. Data expunged. Video logs of subject 393. 1 for the previous day. Begin playing with timestamp. Subject 393. 1. Those are fake. You're lying to me. This is just another damn test. Subject picks up video projector and moves to smash it. Doctor. Data expunged. Sedate him. Guards tranquilize subject 393. 1. And take the body to his holding cell. Doctor. Data expunged. Glad that's done with. Turn it off. We are done here. End log. Closing statement. Subject 393. 1 terminated after refusing to work and attacking any staff who entered his cell. SCP-393 has a heavy effect on the memory of the subject, but subject's memories fall apart under questioning. Doctor. Data expunged. End of file.